Welcome everyone. Sorry, no intro. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm having some trouble with that. But yeah, sorry. Good morning for those of you that it's still morning, or if it's afternoon where you are now. It's afternoon where I am technically. Um, um, Here's the thing. Okay, Judge Judy, you got to stop yelling in my chat. First of all, it's too early. Okay, the all caps, it's just not necessary. Um, and uh, we're gonna get into we're gonna get into the uh the University of Idaho murders. Um, First off, I just want to start this off in a good mood. We're going to have some fun a little bit before we get into all the real serious stuff. I was in a silly mood until I just let me ease into that, okay? I just poured my coffee, okay? Let me ease into that. Um so what happens is I end up waking up pretty early in the morning. Uh I end up waking up pretty early in the morning, and uh I'll start just going through like a YouTube rabbit hole in my phone, and I came across this video from Chronicles of the Shady, and I thought this would be a really good opportunity for my new subscribers um, to understand more or less what I do here generally. Um, what I do here generally, and one of the things is we have certain channels that make the true crime community just look bad. Um, and we're gonna get into one of those examples as to why, but it's now I only saw like the first few seconds of this. Okay, I only saw like the first few seconds of this, and I lost my shit, and I was like, okay, I'm playing this on my live as a reaction video. I'm gonna kick off my live doing that. Just to try to keep things light, you know what I mean? Try to keep things, fun. Uh Give me 1 second because I'm actually pretty cold. Um Sorry, I needed to get my hoodie because I am freezing my butt off, kind of. So let's. Yeah, this is going to be mostly a reaction. Okay, while I drink my coffee, get ready, because we have just a little bit more information. Nothing that you haven't heard already, more or less. It's just we're going to speculate on some of the new information that we have regarding the University of Idaho tragedy. Um, but before we do that, I bet she's not even awake yet.
Boom.
Wow.
Dude. Boom. So.
Everybody recognize her? this is this is a boots on the ground, well, heels on the ground, true crime. She's out there doing stuff, people. She's out there getting things done. Now I know she's on vacation here, but this is your life coach / true crime investigator, people. Okay, life coach / true crime investigator extraordinaire.
Dude, Diane, you bitches better fucking chat the fucking super chat out of me.
Wow.
I even super chatted the fuck out of Diane. I'm so desperate. I just came out of you better bitches better fucking chat streamer. Super chat me the fuck or become a fucking message. Or else I'm gonna fucking. What? Are you safe? I made it back to my fucking hotel room.
Hold on.
Out of the fuck out of Diane.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Trying to stop me. Boom. So, dude, Diane, you bitches better fucking chat the fucking super chat out of me. I even super chatted the fuck out of Diane. I'm so desperate. I just came out of you bitches better fucking chat streamer. Super chat me the fuck or
Okay, folks, let me explain something to you. If that's how you get when you drink, you shouldn't drink. Okay, life coach lesson, Molly. Okay, I'm gonna be your life coach today. I hope you wake up and watch this. Life coach lesson: if you get like this when you drink, you shouldn't drink. You're one of those people that absolutely should not ever drink. If I'm not even, how long am I into this? This is just a 10-minute clip from Chronicles of the Shady, people. Okay. The link to this video is in the description. Now I'm 48 seconds in. I'm not even 1 minute into this 10-minute rant that she's about to get into. And if I'm Adrian, her husband, okay, she's very public about her whole life. She spends, I don't know, an average of about 8 hours a day on YouTube, blasting her personal life all over the world, letting everybody know. If I'm her husband, who is a professional, she brags about what he does for a living all the time. She talks about how professional he is and how he makes all this money and blah 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 blah. blah. And there's also, I mean, I have to wonder if he has colleagues. Because if I'm married to a woman and I have a professional image to uphold, I have to present an image of success around my colleagues, and then my colleagues come across this. I mean, does she not have any respect for any of her loved ones? She has a teenage kid. They got to know, like, his friends, if they see this, dude.
become a fucking message, or else I'm gonna fucking. What? Are you safe? I made it.
Okay, and I'm gonna venture to guess, because I'm no angel. I've had my my experiences in life, and I'm gonna venture to guess that that's not just alcohol. That's an abuse of prescription medications. I don't know if she's prescribed these medications, but this is clearly an abuse of prescription medication mixed with drinking. This is the same person who just doesn't happen to be in a jail booking area right now that we're seeing that was in that jail booking area under the same influence. This is the same behavior. She's just not freaking out because she's being arrested right now. But this is the same high that we saw all those years ago. And here she is saying that she's no longer, engaged in that kind of behavior, and she's life coaching people, taking their money and saying, I'm going to coach you through life and teach you how to live your life. All you got to do is pay me for it. And here she is. Let's just watch that one more time.
Dude, Diane, you bitches better fucking chat the fucking super chat out of me.
Wow.
I even fucking message.
Whatever she took is clearly truth serum. This is how she feels. This is her sense of entitlement. It's just that her judgment to block it, to hide that sense of entitlement, since she knows it's wrong to have it, that has been impaired. That has clearly been impaired. So this is the real Molly, people. This is somebody who claims to care about victims.
I even super chatted the fuck out of Diane. I'm so desperate. I just came out of you bitches better fucking chat Shemer.
She can't even say a sentence.
Fuck or become a fucking message.
I can drink an entire bottle of whiskey. Literally, I can drink an entire bottle of whiskey and still form a sentence. Whatever she's on is more than just alcohol. Clearly. For the people that she coaches life through, this is the example that she's setting for them. What if some of them are in recovery and they're paying her money? What if some of them are in recovery and she's setting this example?
Or else I'm gonna fucking. What? Are you safe? I made it back to my fucking hotel room. You bitches better become a fucking message, or else I'm gonna throw a fucking fit. I swear on my life. You better super chat me, or you ain't getting nothing from me. Holy shit.
Wow.
Please super chat me to get out of the fuck twat I get out of this night. Please, mods.
Good Lord. Put those away, for fuck's sake.
Patreons. Even Diane. I messaged Diane. Tell Diane. Dude, I gotta pee. Hold on and wash my hands. You're not gonna believe I just came from the police.
Oh, so she actually was with the cops and they let her go. Okay.
I'm watching fucking.
What?
Watching?
What are you watching?
Forensic Files. Y'all asses better super chat me, become members, or I ain't saying fucking shit. Because this shit is gonna make fucking headlines.
Wow.
I didn't even expect it.
It's not gonna make headlines. It's just gonna make it to channels like mine, like Chronicles of the Shady, like Heels in the Air.
So mad. I can't believe it. Oh my god.
And in all honesty, I hope that she's okay.
Bitch.
I hope she woke up today at some point, because this is fucking bad.
That
Like,
bitch.
this is really bad.
Y'all motherfuckers better super chat me better than the BBC.
She won't shut up about super chats.
I'm
Like,
so mad. I've never
it's
been
obviously
madder
what
in
her.
my whole life. Holy
It's obviously all
shit.
she cares about.
Shouldn't have been mad. I'm about to ball out. Holy shit, or I will end this motherfucker and just go to sleep.
Yes, you should absolutely just go to sleep. I concur with that, doctor.
Gonna fall out. Holy shit. Y'all motherfuckers better fucking deep or fucking fall out.
See, these are the types of channels. The reason there's a purpose behind me for those of you that just joined. The purpose behind me showing you this is, yes, to make fun, definitely, because it merits it. But the purpose of me showing you this is someone who claims to advocate for victims. This is a channel that is notorious for irresponsible speculation, spinning and snowballing narratives that are damaging to innocent people. This is somebody who is responsible for getting a victim's family fired from their job because she showed up yelling through bullhorns saying, "I'm sorry that your baby's dead. I'm sorry that you have no soul," she told the mother of a missing child, when there was no evidence to indicate that anything even happened to that child other than she's just missing. She could still be somewhere playing with toys and eating ice cream for all we know. Now, I'm a realist, and I say that I realize that the likelihood of that is very slim, but we don't know. We have no idea what happened to Summer Wells. And it's not just that case that was exploited by her. She also exploited the Cash Gernon case horribly. She just recently, as of most recently, exploited the Quentin Simon case, showed up down there, made an ass of herself, wasted resources from law enforcement that could be used to help find Quentin Simon. This is who people give their money to, because they think, because she says so, that she's investigating when she's just interfering. And this is where your money's going to, people. She's on vacation in Key West by herself without her husband. I wonder why. And this is where your money's going when you give her money. You're contributing to her absolute demise, on top of her wasting it on her own demise. What if something happens to her? What if she overdoses? People, you need to wake up.
Oh my God, I'm so mad. If y'all motherfuckers haven't super shouted me, you know, deep in the next fucking 2 minutes, I'm gonna fucking turn this shit off. And I swear to God, I don't give a shit.
That's not me. That's just how the video is.
Like me into doing shit for the money. Fuck you. Because I will get away with this shit.
Oh.
You guys
listen up. Listen very closely to what she says right here.
I'll go like me into doing shit for the money. Fuck you. Because I will get away with this shit.
Let's hear that one more time.
I'm gonna fucking turn this shit off.
He just said, if those of you who think Molly Golightly ain't doing this shit for the money, fuck you, because I will get away with this shit. Those were her exact words. I'm going to play it one more time.
swear to God, I don't give a shit.
She didn't give a shit.
Say Molly Golightly ain't doing the shit for the money. Fuck you. Because I would get away with this shit.
One more time.
Oh, hell no. The police even, because I would get away with it doing, and I swear to God, I don't give a shit if you guys say Molly Golightly ain't doing the shit for the money. Fuck you. Because I would get away with this shit. Oh, hell no. The police even promised me. They wouldn't even put it out to the police. I said, shit, motherfucker, I would put it out to the police. Oh, fucking shit. Even flavor will be like, what? That bitch, holy shit. Holy
People, wake up.
shit, you ain't gonna believe what happened tonight. Oh, shit on the shit.
Okay, let me clear that up. Melissa, you're asking she will or won't. This entire live so far, we're 4 minutes into a 10-minute video. Okay, 4 minutes into a 10-minute video that she shot herself, and this entire time, these entire 4 minutes, she's been demanding super chats. She's been demanding super chats. And then she went to the bathroom, and from the bathroom, you can hear her say, just like the Jinx, you can hear her say, if you guys, those that think that I'm not doing this for the money, fuck you, because I will get away with this shit.
Bitch. Oh, hell no. Fuck that shit. Oh, hell no. This shit ain't getting away. Oh, no. This shit ain't getting away with a motherfucker. I will end this shit and fuck on to my new fucking story. You think I ain't fuck around? Oh, hell no. Let's go. Become a new member right now.
Wow.
1, become a member.
Wow.
I want 2. Your motherfuckers gonna lose your mind. Even the police were like,
This is the respect that she has for her audience, for her supporters, people.
keep going. Count them. Oh, I don't know. Really? I was like, huh? Really? You want to see some Molly Golightly on 10.0? 10. 1, 0.0. I better see some green.
Wow.
What's some super chat? Or I see motherfuckers ain't getting shit.
She can't even stand up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Kristen Sneed, that is a creator called Molly Golightly. She has an astonishing amount of subscribers considering the content that she does. It blows my mind. It just makes me sad for society. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, it makes me sad that people find her to be in any way inspiring or insightful. It just blows my mind. She calls herself a life coach, by the way.
You ain't gonna believe tonight. I will end it and go to sleep. It's 3:40 in the fucking morning. I will go to sleep. And I was gonna slow it down at around 8 a.m. and just go to sleep.
Wow.
To Forensic Files about 7 hours ago. The police stopped me about 40 minutes ago,
Get out of
took
town.
my phone and asked me if I had a goddamn YouTube channel. Let's go. We're gonna start. I ain't gonna say a damn fucking thing until I see that shit light up. Keep going.
I'm just gonna say it. If you follow crime cases and you give her money, you don't care about victims. I'm gonna say that one more time. If you follow crime cases and you give this creator your money, you do not care about victims. Hell, you don't even care about her. Because I'm not even laughing. I played this with the intention of reacting to it, laughing. Normally I do with stuff like this, but this right here, what I'm seeing, it's not funny. I'm actually worried about her. I don't even like her, and I'm genuinely worried about her. Like, I hope she's okay, because she's alone in a hotel room. And if you're contributing to this, you should be ashamed of yourself.
This is a fucking business. Let's go for 10. Let's go. I will shut this fucking shit down and forget about it. Because they said they weren't going to say shit. Let's go for 10. Who's going to be number 10? No? We ain't got number 10? No? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go, yo. You ain't got number 10? This is going to be a long night. And I ain't standing for it.
No, she's in
she's
in the 10? Keys. I think Key West.
If you can't get 10, I will shut this motherfucking down in 2 fucking seconds. Oh, we got 10. Thank you, baby. Thank you, honey.
I mean, bullying.
I love you.
She's bullying her audience into super chats. I've never seen that before.
Myself. You'll probably make a video out of yourself. By the way, if you're hard up for money, I'll give you some advice from a very 5.5 life coach. Oh,
Jesus.
9.
Dude.
You want to make good money? Start a channel talking about Michelle Sabay. You make mad money.
Wow.
Who wants to be number 8? Give me some super chat. Become a member. Keep going.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Come on, who wants to be number 8? Keep going. It'll be worth your fucking money.
Who can sleep next to her?
Oh, whenever Molly Golightly says, become a member. Well, give me some super chat. Number 8. We just need number 7, baby. Trust me. Remember what? I promised you some BBC. Who wants to be number 7, baby?
Wow.
Start a YouTube channel. That motherfucking Michelle Sabay will never get a job number 1. It's not because of me. Because of her. Keep going. Who wants to be number 7? Keep going. You ain't gonna believe this fucking shit that happened.
Yeah, he's very public with her Harry Potter's beard.
You are not gonna believe this.
I didn't mute it. I don't know what happened to her sound. Maybe Chronicles took the sound out. Maybe she's doxing somebody right now. I wouldn't be surprised. She's known for doxing people as well. So I don't really know why the sound is gone. There it is. Wow. This is unbelievable. I mean, Yeah, she has a teenage kid.
Some water, and then boom, I'm on my way, minding my own.
I wonder why her sound keeps cutting out. Y ese pata sucia. Absolutely. Está mal. Qué vergüenza, bro.
Boom, boom.
Wow. Qué vergüenza.
Who wants to be 5? You sure you're.
And people are supporting this. Like the people in her chat are loving it. They're cheering her on. They're encouraging her. They're enabling and encouraging her. These are shitty people. If I did this, my audience would be like, dude, not cool, Will. Like you need to get help.
He's trying to stop me on. I get it. He loves me. He wants to protect me. He wants to be 5.
No, it's not live. This was last night. This is just I wow. I barely have the words.
That other. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Well, boom, boom.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think I said everything I needed to say about that. I'm gonna get into something else real quick because Jared Lysick, I have not forgotten about you, my friend. I want people to have a better understanding of this dude's nature. Now, this is just a clip. The channel is Jameva that clipped this. And this is his video from, I think it's April. And it was 2 months after after the emails took place. As you guys know, Jared Lysick from Adventures with Purpose has recently been charged with 2 counts of child rape. He was 17 years old and allegedly raped his 9-year-old cousin. And it makes me sick just to even say it out loud. But we're gonna take a look, a little deeper insight into his personality. Again, this video that was clipped here is from 2 months after the emails actually took place. Not discovered because we just found those, but took place.
The reason why I'm so nervous is, that we get into a state of depression from time to time. All of us do. It is just I don't know, just we as humans. And I'm not depressed today. I mean, I have things that I want to work on, as my own. But I was really depressed a couple of weeks ago, or a month or two ago. So
a month or two ago. Yeah. Being confronted by one of your victims, or alleged victims, to be fair, I would imagine is going to bum you out, dude.
So much so that I actually came home
I have it slowed down. Hold on.
Early from one of the trips that we were on. And I'm so grateful that, Doug and the rest of the team were able to step in. And I don't know if it was depression. I don't know if it was homesickness. I don't know if it was just the weight and the burden of everything, of not getting certain things done, because I was on the road dedicating time away from my home and other things I needed to do. What can I do to change my life to be a better human? Because, like I said, I was a crappy person for a long time. For me,
Now, remember, in the emails, he does not deny the allegations at all. He borderline admits to them. And here he is saying that he's talking about, he's already addressed that a month or two ago, which is when the emails took place, when the email exchange took place with his cousin, his alleged victim, that he was in a real depression, that he was all bummed out. And now he's basically saying, in lieu of that, he's saying that he used to be a very crappy person. So the timing of that I find very interesting.
I think that my kind of struggle is I'm a yo-yo health person nut. Sometimes I'm on the train, and other times I'm just like, give me whatever I want. And there's a lot of stupid stuff in my life that I wish I could go back and change or forget. But we have to also acknowledge that we are who we are today because of everything that has ever happened in our lives. So while I regret a lot of things, I would not change a single thing, because I would not be sitting here in front of you today.
I got to acknowledge Motivated One-Legger on that comment. Yeah, that Bernie Federico jersey behind me is autographed, and it's very, very dear to me. It was a gift and from somebody very special to me. And I've explained it before. I'm not going to get into it now, but he even sent me the video. He sent me video of him autographing it, which is really awesome. And it says, Bernie Federico, Hall of Famer 2002. So not recently, 2002. But yeah, I'm very proud of it.
As the person, as the man, as the dad that I have become today. And I just wish that, those that are trolls, I just wish they were like,
wait a second,
would go away. Dad that I have become today, single thing, because I would not be sitting here in front of you today as the person, as the man, as the dad that I have become today.
Okay. No. See, this is what I find very interesting about his personality, the way that he looks at himself. What I find extremely interesting about this is he's sitting here giving us the whole spiel of, if it weren't for the mistakes I've made, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Okay, see, that applies to people like me. That applies to people who have made mistakes, have acknowledged those mistakes, taken responsibility and accountability for those mistakes, and dealt with the consequences of those mistakes. That's a very important aspect of it. See, he hasn't learned from those mistakes yet because he hasn't suffered the consequences of them yet. He hasn't paid for those mistakes yet. You don't pay for your mistakes by building a bullshit YouTube channel company and victimizing people in the guise of bringing closure to other victims in the process. That's not how you do it, by making a shit ton of money on other people's backs. You don't do that. That's not how you become the man that you are today and better yourself. You've become a better person from the mistakes that you made. No. See, Jared, you have to still acknowledge your actions and pay for them. Then you get to change for the better. There's a toll, and you haven't paid it yet.
And I just wish that you know, those that are trolls, I just wish they would go away. You know, they're just crappy people. But
We're not
at the end
going
of the day,
away.
you know, you guys and your support has been incredible. Freedom over fear. What's wrong? Just life in general. Nothing is wrong. We just need to acknowledge, you know, what's right there in front of us.
I don't feel bad for this dude in the slightest bit.
And take care of those smaller things that are wrong. Regrets are an excuse for redirection. You have more than made up for anything you could have done. We love you. I had a uncle one time that said, Jared, it takes 1,000 attaboys to make up for one
Wow.
crap. Not exactly what he said, but it was, you get that one.
Wow. Unreal, dude. Jared, you got to pay. Sorry, dude. You don't get to escape that by saying, oh, well, I've done so much good, though. But you haven't really, you know, because in the process, almost immediately in the process of you doing good, you've done shitty things. Because you do shitty things in order to sell the good that you do to people. That doesn't make up for it. Sorry, it doesn't. Your victims still haven't gotten any restitution. And they're owed that. And you're going to pay it, whether you like it or not. That's going to happen. So moving on. We're going to get into some of this information. We're going to do a little speculating. So let's go over a little bit of the timeline of the University of Idaho murders. Let's get into that real quick. So a week ago today would be when these murders took place. As of tonight, it would be a week. And right here, we've got a little map here. From 8 to 9 p.m., Ethan and Xana attended Sigma Chi party. And Kaylee and Maddie were at the Corner Club at 10 p.m. till 1:30 a.m. And the owner of the Corner Club has declined to give any details of the events that took place there, but he has assured the public that he is in full cooperation with law enforcement, and they know everything that they need to know. So we're not entitled to that information, but at least we know that he's cooperating with law enforcement. 1:40 a.m., Kaylee and Maddie go to the grub truck, which we saw that footage. And there's a lot of talk about that, which we'll get into. But honestly, I don't think that there's going to be much there. And 1:45 a.m., everybody seems to be at the residence. So just to be a little more thorough here, Ethan and Xana attended a party at Sigma Chi located at 735 Nez Perce Drive on November 12th between 8 to 9 p.m. Ethan and Xana had returned to Xana's residence on King Road by 1:45 a.m. on November 13th. Kaylee and Maddie went to the Corner Club, a bar in downtown Moscow on Main Street from 10 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. between Saturday night and Sunday morning. Kaylee and Maddie then went to a food truck near the bars on Main Street around 1:40 a.m. On November 13th. Kaylee and Maddie had returned to their home, King Road, by 1:45 a.m. So they all ended up getting home at around the same time. And on the food truck, Maddie and Kaylee, the food truck was streaming on Twitch. And so you could see them ordering food and just a bunch of other people hanging around. There you could see them right there, Kaylee and Maddie. says here the officials believe the students were killed sometime between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. on Sunday morning. All four were stabbed to death with an edged weapon such as a knife, though the murder weapon has not yet been found. There was no sign of forced entry. The door appeared to be unlocked and nothing seems to have been taken. Few details have been released about the murders, including how the assailant or assailants was able to kill all four students. Okay, a couple of things on there that I want to address. The forced entry, let's talk about that for a second. So the forced entry, a lot of people are jumping to the conclusion that since there was no forced entry, well, I guess somebody who lived there had to have done it. Not necessarily. No. First of all, law enforcement has said, and I'm going to read their full statement that they released on their Facebook page shortly. But first of all, just because there's no forced entry does not mean that somebody who lives there had anything to do with it. They could have let somebody in who they knew. Could be somebody that they just simply knew. Could be anybody. They're in college. Most people in college, especially if they're involved in fraternities and sororities, they're very social people. So it's not a very crazy thing to think that anybody could have just walked into the house. Could be that just they didn't lock the door. Could be that they had the door wide open. Who knows? They could have, I mean, all I know is that law enforcement has said that they do not believe the roommates to be suspects as of yet. So just because they happen to live there, that's not suspicious that there was no forced entry. It's not suspicious of the roommates that there was no forced entry. It's very, very important that we keep that in mind. Now the assailant or assailants comment. I'm of the belief, I'm personally right now, I am entertaining the opinion. I'm not saying that I'm of the opinion as of yet, but I'm entertaining the opinion that there was more than one assailant, that rather than there was just one. There was somebody I was in Ikadmel's chat yesterday or last night, and there was somebody that I was kind of going back and forth with, but it wasn't heated or anything. It was just a little back and forth, slight debate. Debate is even a strong word. But she was saying, well, you know, the likelihood of there was only one murder weapon and the likelihood. Okay, well, MGL's live now. That's good. I'm glad that she's okay. This person was saying, well, the likelihood of someone using the same murder weapon is very, it's very slim. Okay, sure. But it's not impossible, first of all. But who's to say that it was two people that actually did the stabbing? Because my whole thing, the reason why I'm entertaining the opinion more that there was more than one person is because there were three grown women and a man. Young, nevertheless, but three grown women and a man that were overpowered. We don't know the details of the situation. We don't know how their bodies were found necessarily, in what position, in what room. Were they in bed? Were they on the floor? We don't know any of that stuff yet. That stuff has not been released to the public yet. But the idea that somebody could have maybe held them at gunpoint while the other person stabbed them. Let me give you guys an example, a bit of a slight painful example. One of the things that got me into true crime, I lost a very, very close friend of mine to a murder, and it was a high profile case at the time. You guys may have heard of it, but it was back in 2008. I think it was 2007, 2008. And no, Janica, there's no suspects yet, at least not announced publicly. No. Now, if you look it up, it was in the media as the Joe Cool murders because it took place on a boat, and there were 4 victims in that case as well. It was my friend Scott, his half brother Jake, Jake's wife, and the I guess first mate of the boat. Jake was the captain, but Scott was one of my best friends growing up, and there was only one gun. There was only one gun. So, what happened was, I'm sorry to, but it's actually kind of eerie. I hadn't thought about it until I brought it up just now. I hadn't even put it together, but again, there was 4 victims, 2 assailants, and only one gun. Now, I understand the difference between a gun and a knife. I get that. But what was going on was the way that, because one of them rolled on the other and ended up telling the story to the cops. And the story went that basically the one person shot one of them, and then at gunpoint told the other told the other and told the other victims to help pick them up and throw them off the side of the boat, and did this at gunpoint. And apparently they told Scott to do that. Scott refused because he wasn't the first one shot, but Scott refused, and he said, "I'm not throwing them off this boat. You're going to have to do that without me," because he knew he was going to die. He knew there was no way. I mean, he was witness to a crime, and he wasn't getting off that boat alive. He knew that. And so they shot him, and then eventually just shot everybody and then threw everybody off the boat. My point of bringing that up is, who's to say that the other people weren't controlled by somebody else? One person had the knife, kept stabbing everybody one by one, while the other person controlled the room with a gun. I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know. What I'm saying is, it seems to make the most sense to me based on the little bit of information that we have right now. But that's what seems to make the most sense to me, because I just don't see how one person could overpower and stab 4 people. I mean, somebody's going to wake up. Let's say everybody was sleeping. Now, I get if they're hammered drunk and they're like Molly Go Lightly level drunk, maybe they'll sleep through it. I don't know. But it just doesn't seem, maybe a taser too, but what makes the most sense to me is that there was somebody else in that room controlling the room while each person got stabbed one at a time. And the other 3 people, when the first person was getting stabbed, had to sit there helpless. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened. I don't know. I'm just, when speculating with the very little information that we currently have right now, that seems to be what makes the most sense to me, is all I'm saying. There's probably an infinite amount of possibilities, an infinite amount of possibilities as to how that scenario went down. But I just find it very difficult to understand how one person can successfully stab 4 different people to death. So that's where I'm at on that. So right now, I'm of the opinion that there were 2 assailants, at least 2 assailants. I'm of that opinion. And that's me giving the victims the benefit of the doubt. I don't see anybody not fighting back. What I'm really hoping for is that they're doing, I know that they're taking fingernail samples from the victims. And hopefully maybe they'll get some DNA off of them. Hopefully they fought back and clawed, and because some of the wounds are defensive. And that's another reason why I feel more towards that there was more than one assailant, because if there were defense wounds, that would tell me that they weren't inebriated to the point to where they didn't know what was going on and they were being stabbed to death. If they were defending themselves and there were defense wounds, then that would tell me that they were awake and aware of what was going on. So I personally believe somebody else was in that room controlling the room. Personally, as of now, when more information comes out, that may change my mind. But as of the information that we have currently, that's where I'm at. I don't think that this young man and these young women would not have defended themselves if they could have. And no, it was confirmed that they were not bound. That's another reason. Good question, Tigress. From what I understand, it was confirmed that they were, well, it was not confirmed that they weren't bound. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me correct myself. It turns out that the rumor that was on Reddit saying that they were bound turned out to just be a rumor. That doesn't mean that they weren't. It's just that information was never released. So I don't know if they were bound. So yeah, I have to be careful how I word things here. And right here, let's see where. Okay, it says here the other two roommates were home at the time of the attack, but were unharmed. Police say that they were not necessarily witnesses to the incident and have been cooperating with investigators. There was no hostage situation, officials said. Okay, so the roommates, according to what this says here, indicates that they didn't even know what was going on. Yeah, hypothetical thing. Yeah. Yeah, this basically just indicates that oh wait. Okay, so you're saying that okay, yeah, I'm going to read that post. I have not read that post in full. I'm going to read that with you guys. So according to that comment there, they're saying that that they confirmed that they weren't bound. I just didn't want to say that they confirmed it without me knowing it. I don't like to spread misinformation here. Police have not confirmed whether that person was on the scene when they arrived or whether they are potential suspect. The two roommates were still in the home when police arrived. Interesting. And here's the Sunday noon mystery 911 call. Police were called to the home on King Road at 11:58 a.m. on Sunday after a 911 call came in alerting them to an unconscious individual. Now, it turns out that none of the roommates were the ones that called 911. Someone else called 911 and said and alerted them to an unconscious individual, not four people, and not that they were stabbed to death. When they arrived on the scene, they discovered the four victims dead from a knife attack. Officials are remaining tight-lipped about who placed the 911 call and why they would have said it was an unconscious individual, given the bloody nature of the crime scene. The victims were killed early in the morning, sometime after 2 a.m., but still during the night, but that it was not been possible to determine from the injuries the order in which the victims were attacked. Now on Thursday, the 16th, this past Thursday, the autopsy findings for the victims were released, officially ruling their deaths homicides by stabbing. Latah County Coroner Kathy Mabut confirmed that each victim was stabbed multiple times with a large knife, describing their wounds as pretty extensive and revealing that they bled out inside their student home. She said the autopsies confirmed the victims were killed early in the morning. DNA samples and nail clipping nail clippings have also been taken from the crime scene, with the coroner saying that it is possible that the test could turn up DNA from people besides the victims, which is a good thing because DNA evidence is going to really help this case. We see it all the time. A local prosecutor revealed that investigators are now exploring the possibility that more than one killer is responsible for the killings, while officers are searching for a military-style Ka-Bar knife believed to be the murder weapon. Let me see something. Real quick. Let me check this. I'm having an allergy attack right now, which is just great. So, okay, it's basically like an army knife, military knife, a Ka-Bar knife. This one goes for about $72. And it's a fighting and utility knife. It is literally described as a weapon here. It's sold as a weapon. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea. Yeah, we're done with Molly. We don't care about Molly right now. Thank you, though. Yeah, so if that's the type of knife that was used, it wasn't like they went into the kitchen or, this is somebody who had the intention of hurting somebody. Clearly, somebody who probably carries that thing around. I mean, that's not, like I said, it's not something that was just grabbed from the kitchen here, which would indicate, or at least it makes it fair to indicate or speculate that it was premeditated. Yeah, we already know that. Okay, so I'm going to read the post from I'm going to read the post from the City of Moscow Police Department on Facebook. Ka-Bar. Thank you, Hillbilly Nitro USA. It's known as a Ka-Bar knife. That's how it's pronounced. You could tell I was never in the military. So this is from November 18th, 2022 at 4:40 p.m. Moscow, Idaho. The Moscow Police Department is providing the following information to update the public on the known facts surrounding the 4 murders that occurred on November 13th in Moscow, Idaho. On the evening of November 12th, Kaylee Goncalves, I have a hard time pronouncing their last names. I apologize, guys. And Madison Mogan were at a local bar called the Corner Club at 202 North Main Street in downtown Moscow between 10 p.m. and 1:30 a.m. on November 13th. At approximately 1:40 a.m., Kaylee and Madison were seen on video at a local food vendor called the Grub Truck at 318 South Main Street and used Uber from downtown to arrive at their 1122 King Road residence at 1:45 a.m. Investigators have determined that Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle were seen at the Sigma Chi House on the University of Idaho campus at 735 Nez Perce Drive. At approximately 1:45 a.m., Ethan and Xana are believed to have returned to the residence at 1122 King Road. It was previously reported that Ethan resided at the home. However, it has been determined that he was only visiting. 2 other roommates were at the residence that night. Now, real quick, I gotta acknowledge the Moscow Police Department here. I have to acknowledge them and give them kudos because they're being very, very generous with the information that they're sharing. And it's not just out of generosity. I think this is strategy. I think this is learning from the mistakes of other high-profile cases that have taken place. They see that this is a very high-profile case now. They see that it's getting a lot of national and worldwide attention. And in order to control, as best as they can, the irresponsible speculations and the irresponsible theories and rumors getting thrown around, they are releasing this much information officially in order to help control that. They're not saying, hey, we're just not going to talk about it. It's an open investigation. They're giving anything here that they can that's not going to impede or interfere with their investigation or hinder their investigation. They're giving us everything that they have that would not do that, which a lot of law enforcement agencies don't do during an open investigation, which I think is very, very not only generous of them, but it's also very intelligent of them. The other two roommates were at the residence that night. On November 13th at 11:58 a.m., officers responded to the residence after a 911 call reported an unconscious individual. Upon arrival, officers discovered Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan deceased inside the residence. Autopsies were conducted on November 17th. The Latah County coroner confirmed the identity of the four murdered individuals and their cause and manner of death as homicide by stabbing. The coroner stated that the four victims were likely asleep. Some had defensive wounds, and each was stabbed multiple times. There was no sign of sexual assault. That's another reason that I speculate that there was more than one person. I think that the intent was absolutely murder. And I don't know. I'm not a law enforcement agent. I'm not a forensic psychologist. You know, I'm not trained in any way, shape, or form. But I feel like there's a less likely chance of there being sexual assault taking place if there's somebody else in the room, because it's definitely more of a private, more shameful thing that somebody would do. Nobody ever admits to rape or sexual assault. They almost never admit to it. It's such a shameful act. Many would consider it to be lower than murder. So I could see there being another person in the room where that person would not approve of that type of behavior. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, anything's possible. But I would think that it would be less likely for there to be a rape that would take place if there was somebody else there. And that's the coroner's thing. At this time in the investigation, detectives do not believe the two surviving roommates or the male in the grub truck surveillance video are involved in this crime. Okay, I want to clear that up right now because I got idiots in my comment section. It's really annoying because y'all just want to hang on to that hoodie guy. Y'all want to hang on to hoodie guy as because you just want answers so quick, and you'll just take any answer. You'll just take anything to get some sort of yeah, I know. I know I'm reading the statement right now, Jen. It says right there, this statement that I'm reading right now is from the Moscow Police Department. So they confirmed in that statement that there's no sexual assault. And hoodie guy emailed Gray Hughes last night. That's awesome. I think he should just stay the hell quiet and don't, man, because he right now, as far as I know, dude is anonymous. So if he goes and ends up going on YouTube channels, he's gonna open up a whole can of worms for himself, and I really hope he doesn't do that. I hope he's smart. But well, that's the thing is, I mean, it doesn't matter if there's sex offenders in the area if there was no sexual assault. Who cares if there were sex offenders? Sex offenders aren't relevant in the area. So it just doesn't matter. But shut up, Jerry. Yeah, so what we're looking at, the hoodie guy, everybody just wants to hold on to this. The guy wasn't even behaving suspiciously in the video. Like, I looked at that video, I watched it yesterday, we went over it yesterday, and I was just like, what? I don't see anything suspicious about that guy. People were like, well, he wasn't buying food. Okay, so what? A lot of people were just standing around there. They're on Main Street on a Saturday night. It's not suspicious that they were hanging around a food truck and didn't buy anything. I mean, the food truck could have just been parked where people tend to hang out. So it just doesn't, it doesn't matter. The hoodie guy doesn't matter. Law enforcement just said, and I'll read it one more time. Detectives do not believe the two surviving roommates or the male in the grub truck surveillance video, hoodie guy, AKA, are involved in this crime. Let it go. Let it go. Hoodie guy had nothing to do with anything. They interviewed him. They identified him. They interviewed him. And they just released that statement saying they don't believe that he had anything to do with it. Most likely what happened was he agreed to a DNA sample. Of course, those samples probably wouldn't be back yet. Most likely he agreed to a DNA sample, and he probably provided a solid alibi that was able to be verified. Guaranteed. I mean, that's standard. You don't even have to be a cop. You don't even have to be a cop. But I bet you anything that these law enforcement agents were very thorough in the way that they executed their investigation, in the way that they are executing their investigation. And they probably said, are you willing to give us a DNA sample? And if he's innocent, he's probably be like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And most likely, there's a 99.999% chance that they asked him for an alibi and he was able to provide one that they were able to verify. And that's why they cleared him. Period. That's it. Let it go. Cops know what they're doing. Okay? As part of the investigation, detectives seized the contents of 3 dumpsters on King Road to locate possible evidence. Additionally, detectives have contacted local businesses to determine if a fixed blade knife had been recently purchased. You see what I'm talking about? They're telling you, they're walking you through what they're doing. Okay? They searched 3 different dumpsters. They're looking for anything. And they're looking around and they're asking any place where if there's been a knife that would fit the description of the murder weapon that has been recently purchased. I mean, they're looking at everything, people. You got to let the cops, you got to have a little faith. Have a little faith. You guys aren't investigators. You don't know what it takes to conduct an investigation. These are the professionals. That's what they do. They know, you don't. I don't. Okay? Take it easy. Calm down. Let them do their jobs. At the time of this release, detectives have received nearly 500 tips which are being processed, investigated, and cleared. Now, let me piggyback off that statement. Unless you have credible information, verifiable information that would pertain directly to this crime, don't call there. They're not interested in your theories. And for God's sake, do not call there because you heard a rumor. Because every single, now I understand, like if you get some sort of information, use your own resources to try to verify whether or not that information is credible. Like take a second and understand, okay, where's this information coming from? Is the person who's giving me this information, are they in any way, shape, or form reliable? Do I know them well enough? Are they people that tell stories? Are they attention seekers? I don't know. Use your own common sense before you start calling that tip line and wasting resources. Because the thing is these officers have to follow up on every single tip. They don't just go, oh yeah, you think so? Yep, nope, sorry. That's not what they do. That would be irresponsible. That would be an injustice to these victims and their families. So they have to follow up on every single tip that comes through. So 500 times since that, before that was written, that statement was released, 500 tips have gone through and they were cleared. All bullshit tips. Because people think that they're going to be the ones to crack the case. Unless you live in the area, or unless you live somewhere where some dude, you overheard some dude talking to his buddy going, yeah, man, those people that we killed in Idaho, man, that was a hell of a thing, wasn't it? And you hear something like that, yeah, you better fucking call for sure. Or you hear your brother-in-law who has a record happen to be in that area, and then you saw a knife that fits the description of the knife that they're looking for. Okay, that's a credible tip. But they don't give a fuck about your little armchair theories, dude. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. So don't do it. "38 interviews have been conducted with individuals who may have information about the murders. Anyone with information about this crime is asked to call 208-883-7180 or tip line at ci.moscow.id.us. Or not the last dot. I think it's just a period for the sentence. Now this is the manpower that's being put into it. Okay. The Moscow Police Department have 4 detectives working the case, 24 patrol officers, and 5 support staff. The FBI has 22 investigators in Moscow, 20 assigned agents located out of Treasure Valley, Salt Lake, out of Treasure Valley, Idaho, Salt Lake City, Utah, and West Virginia. 2 behavior analysis units. Okay. Idaho State Police have 20 investigators, 15 troopers, a public information officer, an ISP, forensic services and mobile crime scene team, 15 uniformed troopers to assist with community patrols. All right. Now that's 15 uniformed troopers that are making sure that public schools are safe, that the area is not in any type of a threat. Currently, there are no suspects in custody, and the weapon has not yet been found. People, the cops are on it, man. The cops are on it. Now we can discuss it. We have so much information to speculate on. We could sit here and we could speculate based on what we have. It's perfectly fine. It's not irresponsible. We just have to be careful, but we have to only focus on the information that has already been made available to us by law enforcement. That statement right there that they released is everything that we need to know. And we could speculate on that. But anything beyond that, Any rumors that you hear, that's irresponsible speculation. No, Melissa, it's not too many cooks in the kitchen. It's not. I mean, an extra set of eyes. I mean, they have four detectives that to me, that's not too many cooks in the kitchen. That's four victims. Maybe that's, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they're blueprinting this investigation. I don't even know where to even start to even think about what they're doing and how they're getting it done. But there's four victims and there's four detectives. That sounds good to me. That sounds very, very, it sounds like there's a good way of going about it. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe each detective is assigned each victim, looking into all of that victim's friends, all of their family. Not to say that the family are suspect in any way, shape, or form, but looking into their family and asking them questions as to, did they talk to you about anybody that was suspicious in their life? Did they have a boyfriend that they didn't get along with? Was there any rift between friends that you know about? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, there's a lot of shit to go through. There's a lot of stuff to comb through. So 4 detectives and each one working one victim, each one, I would say is sounds reasonable. I mean, in theory, again, I don't know how you would go about conducting a quadruple murder investigation. I have no idea, no clue whatsoever, but neither do you. So you got to let the cops do their job, man. And Kaylee had a stalker, according to her sister. Yes. All right. Let's move on to lighter things here. Let's follow up. Let's follow up on how we started the stream.
Oh, shit on the shingle.
Wow. Looking great. Yeah, that's another thing. Before we keep going with this, the fact that Mark Furman is now involved in this case, and is showing his face all over the public, that sucks. I can't stand that. Now that Mark Furman is putting in his 2 cents in this Idaho, University of Idaho case. If you guys don't know who Mark Furman is the detective. Mark Furman is the reason why OJ went free in the infamous OJ Simpson trial in the 90s. Mark Furman is the lead detective on the case, and his racist ass is the reason why OJ Simpson went free, basically, in a nutshell. So now that Mark Furman is chiming in, this case has officially become a circus. Becky G, thank you so much. For my dog Zozo and my robo hamster Zoomer. Is that a reference to Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, Becky G? If so, that's cool. That's really cool. Let's go back a little bit.
Coach that actually has a life. Eat it. I can't have any fish. And everything's fish around here. I had steak last night. Pero that was my only option.
Word.
They're in trouble. No, I'm not. I'm not in trouble. You're in trouble. You're gonna get arrested, Molly. Yeah. They throw you out of Key West. You're in trouble.
Like, no shame at all, bro. Sin vergüenza. Completely and totally sin vergüenza, dude. Like, no shame. No, oh my God, I can't believe I behaved the way that I did last night. I can't believe you guys saw me like that. I'm sorry that you saw me like that. This is, eat it.
In trouble. Molly, you're gonna get arrested. Molly, you're gonna get arrested. Yeah, I'm in Key West. Molly, you're gonna get arrested. You're gonna get thrown out of Key West.
Basura.
There's an open investigation. Trouble. Molly.
Yeah, she's still fucked up.
You're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, Mike M.
The police are gonna escort you out. They're gonna throw you out. They're gonna throw you out of Florida.
I'm glad she's okay. Like, I'm glad she's okay.
You're not coming back for Christmas. You know, Walter's very disappointed. He was calling me like crazy. I had to settle him down last night. It's the truth. I had to settle him down. Molly, you're losing your husband. I know this because he called me last night. He said, I think my wife is drunk. I think my wife is drunk and that she's... I should be ashamed of... Get out of here. Ashamed of myself. Drop dead.
Wow. I mean, look at that.
I'll never be ashamed of myself. I'm a life coach that actually has a life.
Wow.
Eat it.
Wow. She literally just said, eat it.
I'm on vacation. You're not. Eat it. You're in trouble, Molly. In trouble.
No regrets.
Walter's very upset.
No regrets.
Walter called me and he was very upset and he said, Michelle, I need you right now. Like that song that was made for me. I need you now.
Good Lord.
That song was written about me. Yeah. Hey, hi, glamorous life. Molly, your husband called me. He was very upset and said, I'm alone and I need you now. Yeah, that song's about me. And Walter reached out to me last night and he said, Michelle, my wife's lost control. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's so dramatic too.
Last night, her sister was supposed to go and her sister was supposed to go to Key West and she called her at 4:00 yesterday and said that she definitely was not going to be able to make it because her niece was not going to be able to stay with her nephew.
I can't imagine sleeping next to her.
Yeah.
Like,
So
you know she
there
snores.
was Marissa all alone.
Like, you know she
vulnerable.
snores.
Yeah, because she can't handle herself. Nor can she handle her food or her liquor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Walter was very upset that you were going to toss your cookies. Molly, did you toss your cookies last night?
Ugh.
Did you?
God, dude.
Well, I have you on video. Mm-hmm. Of you tossing your cookies. What happened with the police? They were right outside. They were right outside. It was nothing. It really wasn't that. Trust me, it really wasn't anything.
Dude, if the cops...
It was nothing.
If the cops show up every time you go on vacation, you got a problem.
I'll tell you one thing, they were really good looking. I was like, holy shit, what you got cooking?
That's what you're thinking about? Like,
the cops down here are really cute.
Wow.
I had to tell him. I was like, damn, you guys are really good looking.
Wow. So she actually remembers the state that she was in last night. On top of that, so the cops show up. They seem to show up every single time she goes on vacation, if she doesn't get arrested. And instead of thinking, well, fuck, why do the cops always show up whenever I go on vacation? Why am I always bringing this kind of negative attention to myself? I should set a better example for the people that give me money. Instead, she thinks, I want to fuck these cops. That's what's going on through Molly's mind is I want to fuck the cops that are answering a call to an annoying, irritating out-of-towner because this is what my job is, that I have to fucking deal with idiots like this. College kids, understandable. But grown fucking women, I have to deal with grown women acting like total fucking idiots. And on top of that, she's hitting on me. Gross. Fucking gross.
Oh my God. What's with this Lori girl? Yeah, get losers out of here. If they think they're gonna make stupid comments. See, that's the thing. If you want to come hang here, you can hang here. You think you're gonna get stupid, you gotta get out. Dude, they got the
thank you, Becky G. I want to call her son and comfort him. I cannot imagine this for my son. A mother should never behave like this. Yeah, I please don't do that. That would be very irresponsible, but I don't think that you meant that you were actually going to do it. But just saying, I can't address a comment like that without being responsible and saying, don't do that, just in case.
Ted Kaczynski here. Dude, he was from my area.
Who cares, man?
I have his book.
Okay, so she fangirls the Unabomber. Nice. This is who you're giving your money to.
Scared a lot of people. He didn't scare me. I think I get along with him.
Wow.
He was a hitman. I don't consider him.
Ted Kaczynski was not a hitman. Ted Kaczynski was a psychopath who bombed people. He murdered people. He made bombs and he murdered people.
A serial killer. Some people would classify him
as... He was absolutely a serial killer. His weapon was a bomb, and he had the same MO. That makes him a serial killer. He had an MO, and he murdered multiple people.
Serial? But me, he's just a hitman. I don't classify him as a serial.
That's because you're a fucking idiot.
Mob hitman.
He's not a mob. What? You are a bona fide moron.
My friend Jen in Vegas keeps fucking calling me. I want to.
This is your true crime creator, people.
Yeah, it's kind of like I said yesterday, it's kind of gone a little downhill. It's really weird. Where are you and are you safe? Why is people asking me if I'm safe?
Because you looked like you were going to die last night. That's why. So I love when people say shit like, well, things are dying out here. Things are really dying out here. Did you consider the possibility that people just gravitated away from you and it seemed like the party was dead because people gravitated away from you because you're fucking pesado as fuck, that you're a pain in the ass, that you're unpleasant to be around because you don't know when to set your limit on your consumption of alcohol and drugs? Of course, no. I'm sure she didn't consider that. With someone you don't trust. Well, let me tell you something. 5 seconds. He looked at me.
Molly, where's Adrian and Jake? Home.
I'm in Key West. Yeah, listen. I'm in a hotel right on Duval Street. That way's where all the gay people are. That's where all the old people are. Last night I had dinner in flip-flops and
All the old people are in Key Largo.
a bikini top, and then zipped right up to the top. And I went to eat at Kelly McGillis's restaurant from Top Gun.
Oh my
And
God.
she wasn't there because she just sold a couple of years ago. I was like, throw a tantrum.
So it's not her restaurant.
I had a nice little steak and went to head back to my room to read a book. The book's right there. I actually had those liquid death waters. Yeah. Duval Crawl. It's down there. It's if you go down that way, there's like
Oh, Tata Jedi's in here. Thumbs down for Tata Jedi.
Holy shit, did you know Donnie Wahlberg is the executive producer of Very Scary People?
Who cares?
Good for him. Dude, the other night I went over to oh yeah, I love true crime. This the Wahlburgers here, it's gonna die. It's gonna be out of business. They picked a bad location and they took the Mark Wahlburger off.
Yeah.
God never showed up.
Y'all are killing me in this chat.
Is this him again? Richard Kuklinski? Oh no, this is the Butcher Baker, Amityville Horror, the Firestarter, the Iceman. Holy shit! I'm gonna guess Danny Wahlberg.
Oh my God.
New kids.
Please, for fuck's sake.
Lip is Butcher Kuklinski, super fascinating.
Look at this.
Yeah, he was from my area.
Look at this. Look at.
Dude, Buffalo's being slammed. Dude, did you notice? Look how light my lip is.
Oh God, dude.
Look how light it is. You see it? Look how light.
Yeah. Dude.
I mean, it almost looks like I didn't do anything at all, right? Right? It doesn't even look like I got my lips done at all.
It
Right?
looks, no. It looks like you stuffed God knows what in your lips and you paid somebody to do it.
Molly wasn't so beautiful, lady. Okay. Your lips look great. Did you just
Ugh, God.
have the tattooing? Yeah, like 4 or 5 days ago. It's nice.
You look like a
It
blowfish.
doesn't look like I even did them.
You look like a catfish. Like literally a catfish. Not a Tinder catfish.
Naturally, yeah.
Well, that too. That too. But you literally look like a big old catfish.
Wait a second, are they fucking repeating the same thing? Oh my God. Oh, it was a guy, yeah, in the York motel. That was just a New York. He put a dead body underneath.
Oh my God, who cares, bro?
And I got so frustrated. Any news on Vaughn? All we know.
God, like, people give her money for this.
At least I didn't kill a baby. At least I didn't sleep with your husband, right? I didn't sleep with anybody.
Nobody's husband is going to sleep with
cheat
you.
on my husband.
Your own husband won't sleep with
At least I
with
didn't
you.
sleep with anyone's boyfriend. At least I didn't hit anybody.
No, nobody's husband sleeping with you, including your own. What are you talking
Oh
about?
God! Oh my God! Ew! So this bartender goes. I won't do it. Go to Gabby.
Oh my God. Okay, that's enough of that. There you have it, folks. Your true crime life coach who doesn't know who considers Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, a mob hitman. Okay. And she's sitting there talking about her lips. Like, she looks like fucking Eric Roberts, dude. Dude, I was watching. Hold on. Magic Pagan Willow, thank you. I don't know who she is. how could she go live after the drunk show? I would be in hiding. Exactly, because you have self-respect. Dude, like I was watching the Pope of Greenwich Village, right? You guys know that movie, The Pope of Greenwich Village? It has Mickey Rourke and it has Eric Roberts, and it's really strange. It has this very strange, like incestuous homosexual undertone to the whole thing. It's very weird. And this is like Eric Roberts' like most like famous role, which I find really funny, but like the overacting. There was a scene I kept rewinding because I was dying laughing the whole time. Like apparently, okay, so the whole movie is about that they rip off this mob guy, not knowing that it was like a cop. It was a cop payoff to a mob guy, and they broke into a safe and they stole the money, and then the mob guy finds out. And then and it's really weird because like his uncle works for the mob guy, and then he comes and he talks to him and everything, and then he like ends up like trying to comfort him because Eric Roberts is just like really over dramatic through the whole movie. He's just like, oh, Charlie through the whole goddamn movie. He's Charlie. Right. And then, the uncle, was trying to comfort him because they're about to like cut off his thumb, for stealing the money. And he like kisses him on the lips, like real soft. It was really weird. The uncle. Okay. And I'm watching this going, what the fuck? Like, why is this movie so famous? So it's not a good movie. It's really not a good movie. No, Top Gun homoerotic was like funny homoerotic. This was weird homoerotic. But because it was like incestuous. Everybody who was like being weird with each other, they were related. Like because Eric Roberts and Mickey Rourke are cousins in this movie. It's super weird. And there's a scene right after like Mickey Rourke's girlfriend like rips off his end of the money, his third of the money, and his girlfriend leaves, takes off with his money, and then Eric Roberts shows up with a nub, his thumb's cut off, and he's like, and he's sitting there going. He has this little monologue where he's like talking about how he should have hit his girlfriend and to keep her in check and blah blah blah. And at one point, he goes, you got to have her looking at the floor, okay? Looking at the floor, you don't say goodbye to nobody. You get your coat, you get out of here. That's what you do with your girl. And you make sure that she's looking at the floor. And Charlie, they cut off my thumb. Then he goes, and he passes out. He goes, Charlie, they cut off my thumb. And I kept rewinding because his eyes like roll back and then like Mickey Rourke is holding him like he's dead, like he just died. Like, no, I'm gonna kill you. Talking about the mob guy that cut off his like, dude, he just got his thumb cut off, dude. It's a mob. He just got he didn't shoot him in the head. You know what I mean? He didn't he's not dead. Like he just passed out because his thumb's cut off. Like that's it. That's all. That's all that happened. Like why? I don't understand the dramatics. Mickey Rourke is just holding him. And he's passed out. He's like, just limp as fuck. And Mickey Rourke's like, no, motherfucker, no. And I'm just like, I had to keep rewinding it. I played it over and over again because it was just so funny. It was just so fucking funny. And then the end of the movie was like he put lye in the guy's fucking coffee after he already blackmailed him. And he was like, I got it already. And then they just walk off and then there's just weird music. and it's the end of the fucking movie. But no, okay, after he like passes out and there's that whole dramatic scene, he passes out from the thumb being cut off, like Mickey Rourke goes over, he's in bed and he's sitting there with his nub like this and his hands like this. Eric Roberts is like, Charlie, oh Charlie, oh Charlie, and Mickey Rourke like brings him like fucking soup and bread in bed, and he's like feeding him the soup, and he's just and Mickey Rourke is like rubbing his head, giving him kisses and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what am I watching? Why is this movie so famous? It was just so fucking bizarre. And he's just sitting there the whole time, like he's like a child. He's got his thumb all fucking wrapped up and his hands like this, and he's just like, Charlie, what is this? What is this, white bread? Our mothers were right, you know. You got to stick to your own kind. Your girlfriend was white bread. Your mothers were right. You got to stick to your own kind. Just like, I was just watching this shit. Go, what the fuck is this? And I don't understand why that movie is like. I don't know what was going on with Eric Roberts, and why is he always sorry? Like, there's always a scene with Eric Roberts where he's sorry, right? Is that like a Mandela effect thing? Am I imagining that he's like, there's always a scene with Eric Roberts where he's just like, I'm sorry. I am so fucking sorry. He's always sorry. In every fucking movie, I swear to God, there's a scene. There's got to be a scene. I feel like in Best of the Best, there was a scene where he was fucking sorry. I don't know how to tell you. I am just so fucking sorry. I wonder in Star 80, was he sorry too? Was there a scene? Dude, I'm telling you, there's got to be like a montage somewhere. I don't want to play it if I find one, but there's got to be like a montage video of Eric Roberts saying I'm sorry. There's got to be. Like, nobody says I'm sorry like Eric Roberts, bro. Nobody. Dude, that Pope of Greenwich Village, I was just like, why did I fucking watch this? This was the stupidest. I mean, the only scene that was entertaining it wasn't meant to be entertaining in the way that it was. Like, that was what made it worth watching, was me rewinding that scene where he passes out from his thumb being cut off. And then they acted like it was the most dramatic death scene ever. Like, I've never seen more dramatic death scenes, like even in Vietnam movies. It's insane. Like, yeah, Pope of Greenwich Village is got to be one of the most overrated movies of all time, of like all fucking time. Yeah, skip it. Trust me. No, but watch it for that scene. Like, if you have Amazon Prime, it's on there. Seriously. Like, I don't have a timestamp for you, but there's a heavy bag in the scene. Like, watch it just for that scene. It's fucking hilarious. Like, I was dying laughing. I was laughing so hard. I had to keep rewinding it. Dude, the last time that I had to rewind a movie like that and watch the scene over and over again because I was laughing so hard was Half Baked. When I first saw Half Baked, when it first came out, and when Bob Saget was talking about sucking dick for coke, I was dying laughing because I had never seen Bob Saget in that light. He was just Danny Tanner to me. So to hear Danny Tanner up there talking about, he used to suck dick for coke. You ever suck some dick for some marijuana? I just laughed at that shit hysterically. And I kept rewinding. That was fucking, God, how many, like 25 years ago? that movie came out? Yeah, ridiculous. Oh, I just recently watched Hot Tub Time Machine. That movie's really funny. I like that movie a lot. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, I mean, like I said, 25 years ago, I didn't know that he was such a racy and vulgar stand-up comedian. I didn't know that Bob Saget was that. But he yeah, I watched, I think Netflix has it. Netflix has like this really awesome like tribute to Bob Saget, and it's like a celebration of his life, almost like a roast after he's dead, which is like great. Um, and so many people like made these cool appearances. Jim Carrey was in it, uh, and of course John Stamos. Yeah, it's really good. I enjoyed it, but yeah, I didn't know until that Half Baked movie that Bob Saget was a vulgar stand-up comedian. I had no idea, and he was really respected in the community. Um, yeah, yeah, that movie's just ridiculous. Chickabay, Miss Bay. I saw that movie in the theater. I saw Nell in the theater. Like, there's like a new one, but you know, like this wild girl has a vocabulary, and it's on Netflix, but I don't care enough about it to watch it. I'm not even that interested in it. Um, but guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm so sorry, so sorry that I gotta end this. We're gonna do this again soon, my friends. Sorry.